Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. I got some breaking news, comes all out the wire. This article is from NBC News. Former Empire actor, Jussie Smollett, the Chicago prosecutors in this case had decided to drop all charges against the Empire actor. This article is coming from NBC News. They said in a stunning reversal, Chicago prosecutors on Tuesday dropped all charges against Empire actor Jussie Smollett just weeks after he was indicted on 16 felony counts for allegedly filing a false police report. Smollett, 36, was seen arriving at a Chicago courtroom around 10:30 a.m. this morning for an emergency hearing following his court appearance. His attorney released a statement saying that the actor's record has been wiped clean off the filing of this tragic complaint against him. Jussie was attacked by two people he was unable to identify on January 29th. He was a victim who was vilified and made to appear as a perpetrator as a result of false and inappropriate remarks made to the public, causing inappropriate rush to judgment, the statement read. Jussie and many others were hurt by these unfair and unwarranted actions. This entire situation is a reminder that there should never be an attempt to prove a case in a court of public opinion. That is wrong. It is a reminder that a victim, in this case, Jussie, deserves dignity and respect. Dismissal of charges against the victim in this case was the only just result. Smollett was charged early this month by a grand jury of 16 felony counts of disorderly conduct for making a false report, according to a criminal complaint. In February, he was charged with felony disorderly conduct after Chicago officers said he orchestrated his own alleged hate crime on himself in January because he was unhappy with his salary on the show Empire. His role on the Fox series where he played Jamal Lyon was cut from the final episode of the 5th season to avoid further disruption on set. The show's executive producer said in a joint statement on February 22nd. Smollett had told police on January 29th that he was beaten up by two masked men while he was out getting food in Chicago's Streetsville neighborhood. The actor, who was black and gay, said his attackers hurled racist and homophobic slurs before punching him, putting a noose around his neck, and pouring what he said was bleach on him. Brother Ala and Abel Usundario were arrested in February as police investigated the alleged assault but were later released by police. They are not considered suspects. Smollett was then labeled as a suspect in his own alleged assault and arrested on February 20th. Prosecutors and police said Smollett allegedly paid the Osorio brothers $3,500 via a check to attack him and also gave him money to buy the supplies they would need to carry out the hoax attack. The actor and his attorneys have repeatedly denied the allegations against him. Mark Garagos, who represents Smollett, said in a statement to NBC News earlier this month that the indictment was the prosecutorial overkill. This redundant and vindictive indictment is nothing more than a desperate attempt to make headlines in order to distract from the internal investigation launched to investigate the outrageous leaking of false information by the Chicago Police Department and the shameless and illegal evasion Jussie's private and tampering with his medical records, Garagos says. And that's the end of the article. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jussie Smollett and the Chicago prosecutors has decided to drop all charges against Jussie Smollett's fake crime or fake racial crime. Now, remember, back then, we all thought that Jussie was attacked, but we already know that some people kind of feel not believing his story because there's no, basically there's no merit of it, there's no evidence of it, and basically you see, and then you have another thing as well that the two Nigerian brothers saying that Jussie paid them to stage this attack, which really turns out that he was basically paying to get his exercise. I guess he's trying to get his personal trainer to do exercise for him and try to eat. That's all what was a check was about. And that's why at that time, the Chicago prosecutors decided to drop charges against the brothers. So, the reality is that we as, so when it comes to social media, when it comes to the mainstream media, trying to saying that Jussie faked this attack and whatnot, and then we as people has public opinions going to believe what the public opinions say instead of what the facts are saying. Now, given the idea that the Chicago Police Department, and we already know that we already know that some are corrupt. Remember, Chicago is one of the most corrupt cities in the world. Let's keep it 100. They're the most corrupt cities in the world. And then again, we talked about Jussie, and I know we don't believe in this story about what happened. Because celebrities comes out, everybody else coming out saying that we support you, Jussie, and it turns out that it was a hoax. It turns out it was fake because of the contract with the Empire situation, with Lee Daniels and himself having issues with each other when it comes to the contract. So much stuff is going on with this story, and then we always see a lot of other issues when it comes to people calling the police, when it comes to fake crimes and stuff. So it's always public pressure becomes the Chicago authorities that make this decision and say, what, we need to drop all charges. Let's keep it to rest. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we already seen the situation. We're already seeing what happened, and now it comes to fruition that Jussie Smollett, and I mean, like I said before, people saying that I'm glad Jussie's been charged and whatnot, but at the same time, that how many other people who calls the police over a fake crime or stage their own attack? Just keep it real. But you basically showing that everybody else gets away with it, but Jussie Smollett, he's been charged with 16 felony counts. So tell me what you think about this. Share this article. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Like, click, subscribe, and remember, click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.